Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight, bringing you the championship race for Gunr4Sr. And we see on the screen, they had their round of 10, they had their round of 7. Tonight, we are crowning a champion. 4 drivers in the mix here tonight: Bobby Madden, Nick Snyder, Adam Montioco, and Eric Shearer. Those 4 drivers going to try and get it done here at ISM. Going to be 122 laps to decide a champion, 1 stage break at lap 48. And my name is Chris, bringing you all the action here, along with my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you tonight?
Hey man, I'm excited to be here. I mean, we almost kind of forgot about this. It's been a long season here for these guys, and now tonight's the night they're crowning their Xfinity champion. I'm excited about that, and we got a busy week, man. I thought it was going to be easy, but our schedule next 3 nights we're on tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday. So pretty excited to be here, man.
Yeah, this is going to be good stuff here tonight. It is ISM. It's a 1-mile track, and the outside, the weather is going to be 78 degrees. Track temperature only 80 degrees. So kind of cool out here for ISM. Not normally in the 80s. So should be interesting to see how these cars kind of respond to that, Rick. And, look, it's going to be interesting. We've got 4 drivers dead on each other's heels. The points are reset. Whoever is the top finisher tonight will be the championship of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good, Chris, when you have a nice long season and then you get to the end there and you get to crown that champion. And these guys can take a little bit of time off. And now I know a lot of these drivers are going to be with the A guys on Thursday. So another race to go, but they're looking to finish it out here tonight here for their Tuesday night series.
Absolutely. And, why don't we go ahead? We've had a chance to talk to some of the drivers here already. Why don't we go ahead and see if we can round up some of the top 3. We'll start off with Rick, let's go with the 22, Eric Shearer. Eric, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Doing well. Here we are, ISM Championship night, ready to bring down the house here, and it should be a good one. Tell me about your season and what it took to get you here.
Oh man, how much time do you have?
Well, okay, let's not go through the whole thing, but give me a quick synopsis of it.
Just kidding. No, it was a good year for us. With these with this high downforce package with these cars, it took a little bit getting used to for me. Last year was a struggle, but I think I got to handle it a little more, and that helped me get here to the championship round for sure. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. The playoffs were pretty stressful getting to the final 4 here, but just glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's really fun to be invited back here for a championship race, man. That's what I kind of am excited for, honestly. It's been a while since we've broadcasted you guys. Any major changes? Anything that we need to know?
Not since we last saw you guys earlier this year. Pretty much everything's the same. Just a lot of hard racing here. We got a couple of fast guys in here that they go head to head every week, and they always put on a good show for us members for sure. And I'm sure for all the viewers watching, it's going to be a good show here tonight for the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting ready for it here. All right, Eric. Well, we're going to let you go. We're going to see if we can't talk to maybe another contender here tonight or 2.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Driver of the number 22, it's Eric Shearer, hoping beyond hope, Rick, that he has an opportunity to win a championship tonight. Rick, who did you catch up with?
Let's bring in Bobby Madden. Go. Bobby, you got Rick and Chris up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
10-4.
Hey, man, you're out there running the number 11 Toyota, and you're in the chase for the championship here, and it comes down tonight. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. Like I've done my homework here, put some laps in this week, getting ready for this race. I'm just ready to get it on.
That's good, man. I mean, has it been kind of a little long season there? Are you racing with these guys on Thursday also?
I started off like that. I've had some personal issues in between. I've kind of just fell back to for now. I've had more success there, so I've just ran with that series instead.
All right, well, there you go, man. Hey, listen, how you feeling for tonight? You feeling good? You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready to get it on. Like I said, I put all the work I could in, and see it plays out well once you're on track.
Well, I can tell you right now, looking at the practice speed charts, you are in the number 2 position, man. So it looks like you're ready to go.
Yeah. I think we're pretty good. In these situations with this new format, or I guess the format the past few years, you really just gotta go out and beat the 3 guys that's in the Final Four. That's the 3 guys I'm racing right now. I mean, as long as I stay in front of them, then we'll be in good shape.
All right, my friend. Well, hey, listen, we wish you luck out there. Just take your time. 122 left, so you got some work to do, but I think it's gonna be good.
10-4, I appreciate it.
And I think we have maybe one more driver up here, Rick, that we're able to talk to that's going to be fighting it out here for the chase. It looks like Adam Mondioka. Adam, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I do.
All right, bud. Well, listen, the season is upon us and the close of it is dawning. You're in here. You're fighting out for a championship. What do you have to do tonight to win?
Man, I'm gonna have to find some speed. Man, Phoenix is definitely not one of my best racetracks, but I'm gonna try to, man up and and try to just make the best laps I can. Hopefully, some of these guys have some trouble that are pretty good here.
All right, bud. And all in all, the season, something you were happy to do, something you're ready to do again next season?
Yeah, I mean, we had a great season. Swept Talladega this year. Just, great group of guys in this league that race clean, and we have a great time together. So I'm always looking forward to racing with these fellas.
That's awesome, bud. That's something that we all look forward to. Great racing and getting some friendships along the way. All right. Listen, good luck to you, Adam, tonight. I'm only going to destroy your name about 80 times tonight, so we should be all set.
You wouldn't be the first one. Thank you.
All right. Adam Mondioka going to be driving away here tonight looking for a championship. And Rick, it is kind of laid out. We are getting ready to go. We're going to have to step away for just a couple of moments here as we get set and take a couple more notes. And when we come back, it should be qualifying time.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race. so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
And we're back live here at ISM, getting ready for championship night. And I'll tell you, I just did a race here the other night, Rick. It was really good. I mean, the racing itself was really good. If this one can match up with that one, whoever becomes the champion tonight will have earned it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm still looking at the weather, Chris, and just, I'm used to coming to ISM and having that track temperature well over 100 degrees. And these guys, it looks like they're going to have a perfect night for racing. The track has actually cooled down just a little bit. It is 79 degrees right now. And that's going to put on some good racing. I mean, maybe it was smart that NASCAR brought the championship race here.
Well, we're going to find out here tonight. The sun starting to go down. About 11 drivers looking to take the grid here tonight. So 11 drivers, 122 laps with a stage break somewhere in the middle. Lap number 48. Quick guy on track right now. It's the Cessna number 35 of Chris Gilbert. And you've got Bobby Maiden in his number 11, running in second spot. Nick Snyder, third quickest. Brad Lane, fourth. Jordan Tensel, fifth quickest. Adam Montioka, we were talking to him, and boy, Rick, he's still trying to figure out where the speed's going to come from. Eric Shearer right behind him, seventh quickest. Reggie Packard, Marcus Ulmer, Luke, and Michael Wilcox, the top 11 drivers, the 11 drivers here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think, well, just 11 drivers on track, but that's going to be good for a championship race, Chris. Less of a chance of, somebody knocking somebody out here. I mean, 11 cars, not a bad showing. It's been a long season, and that's what happens with long seasons. But I think these guys are getting ready. I mean, practice is now complete, so qualifying right around the corner, Chris, and we're going to see who has the speed out there. And this is where I'm used to seeing the track temperature. The track, it jumped up to 100, but it is now back to 79 degrees. So that's a good thing.
And it's a good thing.
That's a big difference. Ooh, that made me worried a little bit. I was like, wow.
All right, here we are. We got Adam Montioka out on track. We're going to see what he is able to do around this 1 mile. I'd call it an oval, but it's a little different of an oval, isn't it?
It is. And, these guys have actually, in iRacing and in real life, the track has changed quite a bit, Chris. And from what I've seen from the racing, I mean, I haven't been on it since it was the old version, but it seems like it's still pretty racy. I mean, we're going to see guys all over the place. And that's one thing that I love about Phoenix. You don't sit there and you don't follow the yellow line rule anymore when you're at Phoenix. I mean, you're all over the place. And I think that puts on some really good racing. Now, I did catch a little bit of the NASCAR Cup race and watching, Chase Elliott, how he was racing. I mean, there's a lot of room for moves here. And I think that's where it's really going to come into play tonight for these drivers.
All right, well, Montioka comes across the line so far, holding on to the pole at 27.10. Like Jordan Tensel at 29.86, so he had a little trouble getting around this track. We got Nick Snyder out there, and his number, well, it's going to be 42 on the time and scoring 9 on track. Ooh, he's going around.
All right, so I just got a little bit of a info there from Race Control, Chris. So what we're going to see is really the top 4 guys are going to be really qualifying here tonight. So that way they can start up front, just how they do it up there in NASCAR. and let them battle it out. So that way they don't have to try to run through the field or anything. Race Control just came over and said that. So we might see a couple guys take some lap times, but they're not going to be their best lap.
I gotcha. Well, either way, I would consider this good time to practice, and Eric Shear out there doing just that. I happen to like his paint job quite a bit, Rick.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a Ford.
Uh-huh.
It's cold beer like the one that, I mean, I know you don't have one, but I got one here. Thank you, Eric, for the beverages in the booth tonight.
Sure, 27-10 actually beats Adam Montioka by 1/100th of a second.
Yeah, holy cow.
Bobby Maiden out there in his number 11 car. It's a Toyota. The only, oh no, I was going to say the only Toyota. There is one other. Marcus Ulmer is going to be driving in a Toyota as well.
I mean, we all know who the best classic car is. I mean, you just look at it. It's the
Ford.
No, not the blue ovals. There's 3 of them out there, and then there's a bunch of Chevys.
Oh boy. Well, Bobby Maiden may have just proved you wrong, Rick, and me too. A 26.71, good enough for the pole here tonight. So far.
Oh, he's got FedEx on. I mean, obviously, Denny Hamlin got him all set up for tonight.
I hope he has that set up, man. That's a pretty sweet rig. And everybody else, maybe not going to be coming out. Well, if this is your first time here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, don't forget to hit that like button. That's for the drivers. Hit the subscribe button. That's for us. And we are live just about every single night. We've got a whole host of characters that host these races. We've got Roger Muth, Al, Cody, KR, Dave, all kinds of people out there getting ready to call all the action every night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, championship night for Gunr4Sr, getting ready to roll here very, very soon. I believe we're probably into maybe some sort of drivers meeting right now, Rick.
That is correct. Shear is actually talking to the drivers there, giving them the heads up of what he expects here tonight. And I want to say again to Eric, I mean, thank you again for inviting Chris and I. We love you guys, and we don't get to broadcast it too much, but when we do get the broadcast, the racing is always good here, man. I'm excited about this. This is going to be good.
Yep, should be a lot of fun. If only I could be a fly on the wall, but everything kind of transitions over. We're going to have to wait and see what the starting order is. On the left-hand side of your screen is what it would have been had, well, I guess the top 4 are going to kind of slide together. So we'll wait to see that.
Yeah, it looks like the only guy that might have had a little bit of an issue, didn't go out qualifying, Chris, is Nicholas Schneider. Schneider is sitting in 6th position now, but I'm sure that Tencel and I'm going to kill this, but Lucas, there we go. We'll just go with that. We'll move over.
Chicken.
Deersky. You didn't do it either.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
So. I'm going with Luke too. I'm not even going Lucas. I'm not. No, Luke. It is number 33 here tonight. We do apologize because we don't broadcast these guys week in and week out. There are some names we're gonna probably stumble over a few hundred times.
Yeah, so don't feel bad if we just use your first names. Now I'm looking real quick, Chris. I think we're actually kind of safe doing that. There's not too many duplicates. Actually, I'm not seeing one, so that might work too. And I know the numbers are kind of off, folks. What you see on scoring, sometimes Chris and I might call that number. You might be seeing a different number on the track because these guys do run custom numbers. So I know that I believe there's 2 number 9s out there on track. I saw a Hooters car earlier.
Yeah, I saw that during practice as well. Well, once these guys get rolling, we're going to see if we can figure out the starting order. Then we'll go through it and go from there. But it looks like Snyder will probably jump up to the 4th spot. And Luke and Jordan will probably slide down 1 spot apiece. One thing we know for sure, it's going to be Maiden on top, Eric Shearer, Dioko, and yeah, they are switching it up. So let's see what's going to happen here. Normally I like to play some grid music and everything, but you know, I can't do it without knowing for sure what the starting order is.
I'm watching 42 on our screen, but it is the 9 in the car there. He's got the Chase Elliott Napa's Auto Parts machine. Chris, that's Nick Snyder, and got a Marco Island, Florida, but we have a green flag. He stayed right there, so he's okay with it.
Yep, we are live for the first time here tonight. Green flag over the field, heading into turn 1. It's Bobby Maiden, and then 2nd and 3rd. It's a battle already. Eric Shearer giving it up on the outside. From what I saw the other night, Rick, the outside does not come in very well here. So it is going to be a battle to the inside all night long. And up front it is Maiden, Montioko, Jordan Tensel, and Eric Shearer, your top 4. Nick Snyder into 5th spot, and we got one maybe going around. Is it going to bring out a caution? I'm looking at Wilcox. Wilcox is showing he had an issue. No caution so far. We continue under the green flag. Bobby Maiden heading into the corner all by himself in that number 11 car. Jordan Tinsel and Adam Montioko, they're battling it out side by side. And then behind them, it's another side by side pair. It is Nick Snyder and Eric Shearer.
As you're watching that, Chris, I'm just trying to figure out what happened to Wilcox in the 86 there. Outstopped the outside wall and just kind of went around, and maybe a mechanical issue with his racing wheel or something, but was able to get it off the racing and keep us under green.
On the left-hand side of your screen, the names highlighted in red, of course, are the ones going for the championship here tonight. Oh, we got one down low, and caution number 1 comes out for the evening. It looks like it might be Wilcox again, Rick.
Yeah, he is definitely having some issues there in his Jurassic Park Ford Mustang, Chris. Kind of hate to see that there with the championship race. I mean, I know he's not into, you know, the in for the championship, but that's not how you want to come out and start or end your season, I should say.
No, it's not. Let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened as we hit the slow-mo. The 86 rolling through the corner. And the rear end comes out. Tries to gather it back up. Good job so far. Just didn't turn the wheel enough. Oh, and into the outside retaining wall. Not a huge amount of damage there. Crinkles it up a little bit. Okay, well, loses a front clip off from the inside retaining wall. So, okay, yeah, you know, that part will hurt. Nevertheless, it is the first caution here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching Gunr4Sr getting it on here, championship night.
I just love this league's name, Chris, because what it really stands for is Guys Under NASCAR Rules for Sim Racing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is.
Hey, I want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for tuning on into the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're early on into this championship race, just lap number 6 under our first caution for Michael Wilcox. Wilcox looks like he had a little problem with his wheel. Maybe came around the corner and juiced the throttle a little bit too much as well. Could not collect it back up and ping-ponged off from the outside and then the inside retaining walls. Race truck tonight. The 2020 Chevy Silverado.
It's definitely not a 2020. Definitely not.
Okay, 2018. No, there's not enough rust and ball joints haven't fallen out. Let's just keep it a 20.
No, it's not ugly. It looks good, so it's definitely not a 20.
Well, they snuck a couple of Ford parts on there just to throw you off, Rick, and I think that's what you're seeing, but you know, it happens. It's fine, bud. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get through it together. All 122 laps here tonight. Did you think I wouldn't get you there?
Well, I did say that it didn't look ugly, and not because of the Ford parts. Now they kind of look like the Fords now in 2020. So if you want to go with the 2020, I would say okay, but definitely not a 19 or an 18 either, because it has the solid back bumper. So I mean, it's running good, so it's probably the 2010.
Oh, true.
And there's no rust in Arizona, so.
I love it when you prove my points. Yeah, tough night for Wilcox. It looks like he is still on pit road. Oh, nope, just coming out now. So Wilcox going to be able to rejoin the field. He is going to be one lap down. Lucky dog rule in effect here tonight, so he could get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, it's funny, Chris, because we were a little nervous about Nick Snyder out there not, getting in with the other three drivers here, but he's already moved up 4 positions. He's sitting in second right now, right behind Maiden.
Yeah, I didn't have to go back and verify, but I'm pretty sure at least one of the last races we did for these guys, Nick Snyder was the race winner. I seem to remember that.
I'm just happy to see old Grey Ghost out there still.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that thing is ultra beautiful and looking great in third spot. Of course, that is Jordan Tensel in the number 63. Ace truck has come off the racing surface, getting ready to go back under the green flag. Bobby Maiden going to lead the way. And green flag waves. We are back under the green flag. Just the second time here tonight. Into turns 1 and 2, it's Maiden and Snyder. They're getting ready to battle it out, maybe side by side. Here comes the Grey Ghost on the inside, way to the inside. Checking out the underneath of that apron and looking good, but didn't build up enough head of steam to catch your top two. It is Maiden and Snyder still battling it out. Snyder to the outside, Maiden to the inside. Across the start-finish line to complete that lap. Heading into turns 1 and 2 again. And Snyder gets a little bit loose coming off the corner. Almost loses it, but able to hold on. Here comes Jordan Tensel looking to play a little bit of a spoiler here tonight. Tensel looking good early on in this one as he goes side by side with Nick Snyder. Snyder fighting back on the outside, and he does lead the way for second spot that time by. Tensel not giving it up, heading to the inside again, and this time has a little bit of momentum. Tensel gonna move up, disrupt the line just a little bit of Snyder, and oh my goodness, they're still fighting it out. Not done yet here for second spot.
No, definitely not done yet, Chris. Now, that's one thing I love about Phoenix, guys. I talked about it earlier. Guys are going down below that yellow line. Now, that's where you kind of want to be during the beginning half of the race until that top really actually starts rubbering in. And then you can start making some moves up on top. But right now, that bottom line is where everybody wants to be. Not only is it the shortest way around the racetrack, but, if you can get clear, like we saw Tensel getting clear of Snyder, that opens up the whole track, and you can use that whole track to get any type of speed that he wants out of there. So it's really working out for him right now.
Not to mention, Rick, it can be a little bit easier on your tires when you pick that line to the inside out.
Oh, definitely.
All right, well, up front it is Bobby Maiden. Jordan Tensel running second. Nick Snyder going to try down to the inside this time by. Will he have a head of steam? He does. And he takes over second spot. Nick Snyder moves up 1 to take over that second position. Then it's Tensel, Eric Shearer, who started in second spot, down 2 now into 4th spot. Chris Gilbert right behind him. Gilbert running well in the 35. He's up 2 from the beginning and trying to, look, there's a couple of guys in that top 5 that would love to kind of get that last win of the season, Rick, and deny the champion a win. We got 4 guys battling it out And of those 4 guys, they are in the top 6. Monteoka in 6th spot, rounding out the 4 championship drivers here tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now, I mean, like you said, if Dansel can go out there and take this away, I mean, yeah, okay, Maiden might win, but win the championship, but he's not going to win the race, and that's kind of what you want to do, man. That's how you want to end your season. You want to be the champion and the race winner at the same time, but right now it's really anybody's race. Let me tell you, Sheer doing a heck of a job there in 4th, Chris. Ooh, Monteoka getting some blinking on my screen here.
Yeah, happening here too, Rick. You're not the only one. As Monteoka is definitely blinking some. He doesn't really have anybody too close to him right now, so we're going to call it a non-problem. Oh, Eric Sheer breaking off. Eric Sheer going to play a different type of pit strategy, I believe. Eric Sheer going to come down pit road. Oh, no, he doesn't, Rick. He just lost the line, had to get it back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, wait, what? He just lost the line there.
Wow.
Back, yeah, big time. So right now, Chris, the 4 drivers that are going for the championship, Aiden's in 1st, Snyder in 2nd, Monteoka in 6th, and Sheer right now in 7th.
Yeah, you got to wonder what happened with Sheer. Because, man, did he lose some positions. Was running up into the top 4 in 4th spot. Then just all of a sudden, I really thought he was coming down pit road. And all of a sudden now finding himself in that 7th position, 3.9 seconds away from your race leader, Bobby Maiden.
Let me tell you, Chris, I've been keeping my eye on that track temperature. We saw it during practice and qualifying at around 78, 79 degrees. At one point we saw it at 80. Right now it is, well, it just dropped down 1 degree, so it's 89 degrees. So it is a little warmer out there in that Arizona sun. These cars may be slipping and sliding. Maybe Eric has figured that out, so he's backing off a little bit to try to save some equipment.
And that could very well be. Tires definitely will win you a race here if you're able to take care of them. Nick Snyder in 2nd spot. He's finding himself about a 1.5 seconds away from Maiden. Bobby Maiden has led a good portion of this race here so far, Rick. And Nick Snyder has got to see if he can start closing it down just a little bit. Look, he doesn't want to beat on the equipment, but he can't afford to see a 2-second gap here this early on in the race.
I mean, Maiden's in that sweet spot, Chris, because he has no pressure from behind. Obviously, nobody in front of him. Nice, clean track, so he can just take his time, run his line, figure out exactly what he wants to do. He knows, like you said, I mean, it's almost 2 seconds now is the gap between 1st and 2nd. So right now, Maiden is very, very happy. He's out there for just a Tuesday night drive here in Phoenix.
Well, I was just saying Snyder didn't want to see a 2-second lead, and boy, it happened there for just a moment. Snyder starting to bounce back a little bit, but Maiden, with that big open track in front of him, has got the speed here early on. Let's drop down and hop inside the cockpit along with Bobby Maiden, our race leader, and see what he's seeing throughout this entire 1-mile track. Boy, did he have a good run on that stretch.
Certainly good.
Way down to the yellow line. Going to let it float up towards the wall here for the front stretch. Getting ready to head into turn number 1. You see the braking zones up on the catch fence. Down very low on that yellow line once again as Bobby Maiden lets it float back out. This is very important because that means you're building up speed. Just barely clips the corner on that one, and then right back to that yellow line. Ultra consistent, ultra good. Coming around that famed last corner, number 4. Back onto the front stretch he goes, and that was a lap around ISM with our race leader, Bobby Maiden.
I want to give a quick shout out, Chris. We are using new overlays that we haven't used with these guys before, and I want to give my shout out to the guys over at SDK. They're doing a fabulous job. They got us the NASCAR scoring tower for tonight's race. And there's a lot of good information here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun being able to build these things and kind of learn from them. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It looks like we do have one driver out though, Rick. Marcus Ulmer in the number 12, unfortunately. Gonna call it a night here. He is packing it into the hauler for the season, as again, tonight is our last race here in these A cars.
Yeah, now there's just one solo Toyota out there, and he's the one that has been leading majority of this race. Actually, I think all of it, Chris.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, he didn't start on the pole. But
Are you sure? Because it's not showing that he has any plus or minuses.
oh yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go with that.
I know.
Let's go with everything. He's let it all. I'm going to say, Rick, that he's let them all.
Let him all. Now he finally has a car looking out his windshield still, Chris. I'm still in the cockpit view. He does have a car, and that is going to be Michael Wilcox there, but I don't think that's going to come into play with anything. Right now, that lead has grown to well over 2 seconds now.
Yeah, 2.79.
Yeah.
Wilcox involved in our very first and only caution here tonight, and he's missing the front clip just to show that yeah, he did get some damage. He did bounce off from the outside retaining wall, then it brought him back down on the inside retaining wall. Just a light tap, just enough to knock off that clip.
And one thing that we kind of missed there, Schneider actually fell down into third position, Chris, as Hansel moves around him. So the 63 now leading the pack, or trying to catch up to Bobby Maiden. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Maiden so far, I can't even see him on the screen. He's gone.
Well, 3.8 seconds ahead, but I'll tell you what, the Gray Ghost is finding some speed here as we start getting into a mid-run with these cars. Jordan Tansel picking up a lot of speed, in fact, as he is starting to slip away from Nick Snyder. Snyder doesn't want to have anybody slipping away from him. The more drivers that slip away, Rick, so too are the chances of winning the championship. David Bennett, want to thank you for being out there in chat. We appreciate that. Hoping you have a good time watching this race. Already under 90 laps to go. Well, that's not true. 92 laps to go. This math, Rick. Anything over 11, I'm having trouble with lately. How about Brad Lane? Lane sits in his, well, it's 9 on your screen, 10 on the scoring and timing sheets. Lane 5.4 seconds behind our race leader. Just kind of keeping it clean out there in that Chevrolet Camaro. Behind him, it is Monteoka. Monteoka is running in 5th spot. Down 2 from the beginning of the race, but maybe starting to feel a little bit more comfortable before this race started. Boy, it was all about, man, I just can't seem to find the speed, and I don't know what I'm going to do to find the speed. And it looks like Monteoka has kind of figured it out, and at least running consistent laps, if not the fastest. So consistency, that's important.
That's kind of interesting because Lane is the driver that is kind of splitting up the 2 of the 4 guys there, and he is actually catching up to the back bumper of Schneider. Right now, Chris, it's going to be the battle of the 9 Chase Elliott cars here, I would say in about a half a lap, because Lane has a lot, and I mean a lot of speed.
And he is finding it last time by about 0.2 of a second faster than Nick Snyder. And now Lane drops down to the inside. Lane looking to try and put Snyder down another spot. Snyder can ill afford this here, Rick. He has got to be able to go, but may have burned up some tires. He's been loose on a couple of corners on exit, and that might be affecting the rear tires on that car as Brad Lane completes the pass, and into 3rd spot he goes.
Yeah, so right now, Tansel and Lane trying to catch up to Maiden, he's just gone, man. Snyder and Monteoka is sitting in 4th and 5th. Yertsky, there we go. And 33, he's sitting in 6th place. Good old tide ride, I love that car. Here moved down to 7th position now, Chris. So he is just, I want to say he's trying to save his equipment. I see he's getting a little loose there, but slick out there.
Well, yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't be ISM if it wasn't a little slick.
That is true.
Let's take a look at the track temperature, 88 degrees still. These guys are lap 35 in, so tires are definitely starting to go away. There's no question about that. It's just a matter of how well can he handle it.
kind of keeping my eyes back here on 7th and 8th place, Chris. Gilbert is actually catching up this year. Doing a heck of a job, and right behind them, Reggie Packard. Up there with his DuPont machine, kind of by himself. Of course, we know Wilcox, he is down 2 laps right now. That first caution. Looks like he might have gotten things. I mean, that's just, you know, a terrible end to the season there, having some equipment malfunctions and, you know, having to do what you have to do. Now his car looks like the front end of a modified. He's out there trying to do what he can do. He's not giving up, though. And of course, as you said earlier, Marcus Ulmer is out of the race, Chris. He has packed it up, calling it a season.
Well, about 7 laps ago, Brad Lane was able to get around Nick Snyder. This time, Nick Snyder around Brad Lane. Snyder back up into the top 3. So Snyder looking to try and find some speed here late into this run. And I think Snyder figured out that, you know, Adam Monteoco he's coming. Those very consistent laps that he's been pulling are getting the job done.
Yeah, they definitely are.
And the 33, I believe that the 33 just kind of moved up and let Adam Monteoco go by, realizing that he's one of the guys shooting for a championship here. Didn't want to roll him up, didn't want to cause a problem. And wow, Monteoco, what a run, as he just got right to the back door of Brad Lane. So it's Snyder, Lane, Adam Monteoco running 4th, 5th, and 6th right now, all for position on track, with the 33 of Luke right behind him in that tide ride. Check in with our race leader. It's Bobby Maiden. He is just opening it up, Rick, and running very consistent lap after lap after lap. Has gained himself a 6.24 second lead over Jordan Tansel in the old gray ghost out there, as you referred to it.
Snyder.
And we have got caution number 2. Looks like Nick Snyder on the board. Let's go take a peek and see what happened. Nick Snyder, one of those drivers that's in the hunt here. And oh man, he comes off the corner, just loses it. Is he able to keep it off the wall is the big question. Big slide. And he does. He keeps it off the wall, so it could have been worse for Nick Snyder. Snyder going to be able to continue on. May have just flattened, made flat spots on the tires. Other than that, though, he's happy he didn't hit the wall, as everybody looks like they're going to come on down pit road.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there, Chris, that are pretty happy to see this. And, I mean, getting loose on the corner like that tells me that, A, the tires are definitely going away, and the fuel tank probably a little light there. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Guys happy to be able to go down and get some Goodyear tires and some Sunoco racing fuel.
Well, they're taking a break, Rick, and so are we. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will be right back.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race. so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
We're back live, and Rick was listening in, I think, on some of the guys after those pit stops. Rick, what did you hear there?
Yeah, I definitely heard that the tires were going away, Chris, and that's why we're seeing so many guys slipping and sliding around, anywhere from 80 to 88% down. So it doesn't sound like a lot, folks, but on this warm track here, you know, as the fuel cells get light, very easy to have these things slip and slide around. Now, just looking at scoring on pit road, Chris, and timing, it looks like everybody has a full tank now of Sunoco racing fuel and definitely some tires. Nobody opting not to change them, and I don't blame them one bit.
Yeah, so the big question right now, Rick, is we were supposed to have a stage break here at lap number 48. That's just 3 laps away. 2 when we go back under the green flag. So we're not sure if we're going to stop there or if they're just going to consider this that break in the action. We're going to have to wait to find out on that as the pace car, well, make that pace truck lights are off, getting ready to go back under green. It's going to be Bobby Maiden, Jordan Tensel, Brad Lane, Adam Montioco, and here we go. Montioca, excuse me, Adam, sorry, I told you. To the line we go. Green flag here flies for the 3rd time tonight, as we have had 2 cautions, and look at this, a battle for the race lead already. The 24, though, getting way out of shape there. Up front, Jordan Tensel putting a challenge on Bobby Maiden, and Maiden isn't used to this, Rick. He hasn't been around anybody that he wasn't passing to put a lap down in a while. And Tensel's putting on the pressure right now. Is your race leader going to try and hold on to it coming out of the corner? Oh, big left-hand turn out of Bobby Maiden. And Jordan loses a little bit of momentum to Maiden that time by. That big aggressive move definitely did help out Maiden. Oh, Tensel, really big loose slide. My goodness, was he loose.
I just jumped out of my seat.
3rd caution out. It is for the stage ending kind of break time here. So we are going to go under break one more time. Man, that thing.
that scared me.
Woo. I don't know how he didn't go around. Wow. Well, let's remind everybody how we got here tonight. It has been a long season. These guys did a round of 10, a round of 7, and finally to tonight's race. And look at the names. Look at the wins. In the round of 10, it was Nick Snyder, Adam Montioco, and Bobby Maiden with wins. Round of 7, Maiden and Snyder with wins. So it's been a good season for those guys.
It really has, and you know, right now Maiden trying to finish it out, make sure that he locks himself in on that win column, Chris, for all the way through all the rounds. And that 11 car, I mean, you don't see too many issues out of him. You know, he knows where he needs to go for the line, and he keeps hitting those marks lap after lap, and it really seems to work for him.
Yeah, it does seem to be working for him, and he's very consistent. We saw that when we jumped into his cockpit. From braking zones to the way he's getting back on the accelerator, very, very consistent. Looks like Wilcox going to come back around. He's going to collect the lucky dog for the 2nd time. And that car without the front clip now back on the lead lap. That puts 10 cars, all 10 cars that are running on the lead lap here tonight. at ISM. We're working lap 50 here under caution number 3. Bobby Maiden, Brad Lane, Jordan Tensel, and Reggie Packard, your top 4. So haven't really talked a lot about Eric Shearer. He's one of those drivers that's looking for the championship here tonight, Rick, and been kind of quiet. He was kind of up towards the front for a little while. Then he had a big slip, if you recall. It dropped him back into the field, and he's kind of been content just putting some laps on back there. But look, how much longer can you stay back there? Eventually, you're going to have to make a run.
Exactly. We'll see how it works out. I mean, Shearer, he knows what he's doing. You know, he's just riding around. It's a long race still, Chris. I mean, we're on lap 51 and 122 right now, so plenty of racing still to go here in the desert. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve, or maybe he's enjoying a nice cold Miller Lite like I am. I don't know.
Never touch the stuff.
You're the only reason why they're still in business.
I hear it's not good to drink alone, which is why I only drink when we're streaming, so I have somebody to talk to.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's you got to do that during this little COVID thing going on. You know, we're not allowed to gather in groups bigger than 10.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I've been so enamored with the action here going on track, I forgot. Let's take a look at this. It's Bobby Maiden, your race leader out of Roanoke, Virginia, age 31, and proving everybody that he can really run. Jordan Tensel running in second spot. We got Luke sitting in third. Nick Snyder running in fourth. Adam Monteoca running in the fifth spot. Eric Shearer is right there with him as we're getting ready to go back under green here, so I can't do this much longer. Brad Lane out of Savannah, Georgia. Brad Lane running that Chevrolet. You got Michael Wilcox out there running a Ford in 9th position. He's missing a clip, and he's still fast, so that should tell you all you need to know about Ford. But it is Bobby Maiden who has led, well, most of the laps, if not, I guess he's led all of them, hasn't he? We're just going to go with all of them. I know Tansel had one on cross the line, but, you know, we'll just say Maiden for the heck of it. Back under the green flag, side by side, heading into turn 1. And this time, Jordan Tensel just keeps the foot on the gas pedal, barely lifting as he's trying to get to the front. A good battle here going on for the race lead. And meanwhile, Nick Snyder right behind them. Snyder brought out caution number 3, or excuse me, caution number 2. But he has got new tires and feeling rather racy here in third spot.
He's feeling good, Chris, and just trying to figure it out. Like I said, that inside groove still where you want to be. I mean, the track is starting to rubber in a little bit on the outside. We've seen some guys do some work. But when Maiden takes that away and now just running his line, pretty much everybody has, you know, has the whole track to do whatever they want. But some guys go really low down through the dog leg. Some others just stay above that yellow line. So right now, it's definitely working out for Maiden and Tansel.
We're on board in the gyro cam of Jordan Tensel running in second spot, trying to catch and pass Bobby Maiden, but Maiden already starting to gap him just a little bit, 0.4 of a second, Rick. And, you know, at lap 55 here, it's more of the same out of our race leader.
Yeah, hitting those marks, Chris. I mean, he knows the line that he likes around this track. Obviously, you can tell that he's done some practicing here for this race here tonight, and got it down pat. Hansel getting a little loose there. Had to back off the throttle just a little bit.
And
that's going to allow Snyder to battle him on the inside there.
Yeah, Snyder fighting hard for that second spot. He's one of those guys challenging for the championship. He's got to do something, Rick. And this might be move number 1 as Nick Snyder trying to take over that second spot. He does. Hansel cannot fight it anymore. Falls back in line. So Nick Snyder is second spot. He's being listed as the number 42 on our scoring and timing. That's what you see, but on screen, it's the Napa Know-How number 9.
I'm glad you said that, because nowhere on there I don't think it says Napa Know-How, but I was just going to say there too, if you didn't say it, I was like, well, he's got the Napa Know-How, that's for sure.
I'm at the Tide Ride, sitting in 4th spot. Luke starting to turn it on here tonight, with Eric Shearer right behind him. Shearer up the 5th spot. Not that long ago, we were talking about him in 7th, and it looks like he and, yeah, they did. He and Adam Montioko, or Oka, rather, excuse me, switched spots, 5th and 7th. Between them, it's Brad Lane.
Now, it's interesting too, Chris, during that little break that they had in the action, there was a bunch of cars, or a handful of cars, that came down pit road again. So a couple guys went out on lap 50 into pit road. That would be Lane. I'm just looking through. Packard, Wilcox, he went back in. Of course, he was a couple laps down. Now he's only, actually he's back on the lead lap. Gilbert's the only car 1 lap down right now.
Ooh, Chris Gilbert getting a little bit loose there. I think I saw some sparks from the right rear, maybe coming off from the wall, but he holds it down to the yellow line that time by. And he's got that thing running right now. So he's kind of just waiting for a caution, Rick, and then he can get his lap back. No need to press the issue yet. It's still pretty early on in this one. 61 laps ago. We are halfway through this race. Maiden, Nick Snyder, Jordan Tensel, your top 3.
Seems that Snyder's doing everything that he possibly can to not let Maiden get out too far ahead of him, keeping it just under a second right now. So Snyder, he's like, okay, halfway through this thing, I got to start driving a little harder. Find my way up to the 11, and then I got to try to find a way around, and we know how hard that is, Chris. You and I say it all the time. It's one thing to catch the leader, but it's another thing to pass.
Yeah, and right now, I'm going to be honest, Rick, it's going to be hard enough just to catch a leader. Bobby Maiden has been kind of in a league of his own here tonight, and he definitely came ready to go for this championship run. Maiden looking very strong here at lap 63. Nick Snyder, he went around once, was able to stay off from the wall. He saved his championship contention rights, but now sitting in 2nd spot, losing just a little bit of time, lap after lap, to Bobby Maiden.
Well, it's kind of funny too, Chris, is the guys 1 and 2 right now. You got a Denny Hamlin paint job leading this thing. You got Chase Elliott right behind him now. We know Chase Elliott won the NASCAR championship this season. Maybe this is time for Denny. I mean, Denny, if you need a relief driver, I think I found him for you. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you could have won, buddy.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Didn't. Jordan Tensel sitting pretty in 3rd spot. Got Eric Shearer right behind him in 4th. So Shearer is able to pick up another spot. Went from 5th to 4th a little bit ago. Shearer, the highest running Ford out there, in that 4th position.
Got some work to do. He's got to catch them Chevys and then that Toyota.
All things being equal tonight, that Toyota is something else.
Right now, 2 contenders leading 1 and 2. Snyder's the next one, who was sitting in 4th, and Monstioka sitting in 7th right now in the 74, Chris. He's kind of just settled in right there underneath Lane, just trying to, or behind Lane, follow him around the track, saving that equipment as much as he possibly can.
Looks like Michael Wilcox may have had a problem, Rick, but no caution. We're staying under green here, lap 68.
Gotta be careful now as the leaders start going around him, Chris, but he's way well below the apron line. Looks like he's heading down pit road now.
A tough night for Michael Wilcox, and it just got worse, I believe.
I just went back and looked at the replay of what happened to Wilcox. Chris just got loose. That's all it is. He was able to keep it off the walls.
Rick, we've been talking, and Nick Snyder's been driving. The gap down to just 0.3 of a second. Nick Snyder starting to pull in on Maiden, and all of a sudden Maiden just, I don't know, afterburners on that thing. He's starting to pull away again.
I mean, when you have a lead like that, Chris, you can back off the throttle and everything to try to save your tires, keep them somewhat cool. And I think he might have looked at his relative or in his rearview mirror and said, oh boy, that 9 Napa know-how car's, yeah, getting a little close, so I better pour it back on again.
The 11 taking a hard left-hand turn. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll have to wait to see until after this corner what kind of momentum he's able to hold on to through 4 onto the front stretch. And yeah, that didn't work out at all for Maiden, as Snyder was able to close the gap in.
Snyder, I don't know how he did it, Chris, because the front end got a little loose there, but he was able to hang on to it and keep the momentum going in that 9 car.
Snyder looking down on the yellow line. Now right on the back bumper of the Toyota of Bobby Maiden. Snyder putting up a challenge.
Yes, Chris, and that's the thing. If he gets down on the inside of the 11 machine, that's going to take away that preferred line from Maiden, and that's how it could definitely work out in his favor. I mean, he is right there. He is all over the back bumper of that Toyota.
We're on board now with the number 9 of Nick Snyder. Again, 42 on her scoring and timing, second spot. Trying to chase down the race leader of Bobby Maiden. Maiden has been very greedy with the race leads thus far, Rick. He has not let anybody else do it. And Snyder really is trying to get there. Oh!
Good save.
Good run, but almost devastating. You saw him sawing on that steering wheel right from the cockpit angle. Man, what a save.
It's funny because I dropped down in the cockpit just to see how things were going there, and man.
Well, the 11 trying that lane that's really non-existent, but it's down below that yellow line, and the last time he did that, Nick Snyder was actually able to close ground. It looks like he's going to do the same thing again. Snyder just holding his line, and boy, does he get a really good run into 1.
He does.
I think he's actually a little faster than Bobby Maiden going into turn 1. It's other parts of the track that Maiden is just kind of holding on to that race lead with.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Chris, when I race on this track, and you know, a lot of times I'll try not to use the dog leg like that. I won't cut the corner, and I mean, it does work out for people. But what it actually does is, especially for guys like Snyder, who is right there battling for a lead, you know, when cars go down there, it messes with your mind a little bit.
They certainly can.
Yeah, so many other ovals, you know, you see that yellow line, and you're like, oh, I don't want to go behind, you know, go beyond that. That's where the apron is. That's where it's slippery. But here at Phoenix, it works out.
These two just driving in each other's tire tracks right now, Rick, as they are definitely checking out on 3rd place Jordan Tansel. Looks like the tide ride of Luke was able to get around Eric Shearer. Shearer down to 5th spot. Adam Montioka back up front.
All right, Snyder got loose again.
Don't do that to me, Rick.
He is a wheel man, let me tell you. Holy cow.
He is pushing that car with everything he has, and that might be a little bit of the game plan out of Bobby Maiden. Make him push that car. Make him use up those tires.
Those tires were definitely used up, Chris. When I was in that cockpit view, you could hear them screaming. You could hear how angry they were.
Well, he's still hitting a good line, though, out of a lot of these corners. Yeah, he does come off, and it looks like, I don't know, it almost looks like he's holding on to the wheel a little bit longer than he needs to. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out still. Oh, we are under caution, though. Oh, no. Big time problem. It looks like two drivers battling for the championship. We're involved. Let's go back and take a peek. We're watching Adam Montioka. Oh, the 22 comes down into him. That's Eric Shearer. So Shearer and Montioka getting damage. Montioka looks like he's going to be a little better off. Oh, way better off than Eric Shearer. Look at the front end gone on that number 22.
Shearer's coming off the corner, Chris, and just got a little squirrely there, and there's no place for the 74 to go.
Yeah, he had the tire just below the yellow line there. And it looked like Michael Wilcox may have gotten a little touch of that as Eric Shearer was backing. So caution number 4 on the board. And looks like we're going to have some pit stops, Rick.
I mean, they'd be crazy not to go in and get 4 fresh tires, Chris. Fill up that tank with the Sunoco Racing fuel for another good long run. I mean, it's been a fabulous race here tonight. 4 cautions, 3 of those were actual cautions. One of them was just for a little bit of a stage break here, and had a good time.
Nick Snyder is thankful for this stop. He wants new tires. I guarantee it.
Yes, he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away for just 2 minutes. We will be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got 'em 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
One that we had was one.
Back live here at ISM, getting ready to go. We're on lap number 84 of 122. Bobby Maiden still being scored as your race leader. There are some vehicles. Well, I guess they cleared out now. Nick Snyder going to be in second spot. Jordan Tansel in third. And it's Lucas, Adam Montioka, Chris Gilbert, Brad Lane, Reggie Packard. It looks like Eric Shearer still in pit road. That is the end of his season. You're not coming back from 3 laps down at this point in the game, Rick.
No, I mean, unless there's a bunch of cautions out there, Chris, but I don't see that happening. I mean, these guys have been racing clean and hard all night long, and I don't know. That's going to be a tough thing. I'm sure Shear going to get back out there, but he's letting his crew fix up that number 22, and that's just unfortunate, though.
Getting ready to go back green. We are. Green flag in the air. This could be the last time. Fresh tires, fresh fuel, ready to go the rest of the distance.
Maiden starting out in that inside lane, Chris. I mean, he has all the right moves. You know, that's the preferred track position, as you see. But Tansel coming in to break and take over second on that inside lane from Snyder. So Snyder going to have to do some work to get back up to where he was.
And so Tansel in second spot, holding Nick Snyder back just a little bit. Fourth spot belongs to Adam Montioka. Adam, one of those drivers in the hunt here, was just involved with an incident with the 22 of Eric Shear. Adam's able to keep going. Eric, not so much, Rick, as he's now 5 laps down. And I believe that will be the end of Eric Shear's season for the A-car this season.
Yeah, like I said, unfortunate, Chris. I mean, especially, Snyder.
Oh boy. Snyder somehow, some way keeps it off from the wall again. Sometimes, Rick, it's just your night. Let's go back and take a peek, see what happened with Nick Snyder. Snyder following the gray ghost, Jordan Tansel. And just loses it, straight up loses it. Adam Montioka did a great job going way down to the inside to stay out of that one and hold his position. Wow.
I think that might have been the curse of the fresh tires, Chris.
Yep.
Make you feel like Superman, but you got to give him a few laps to warm up. That's unfortunate, but look at enough racing left. We'll see what Snyder can do. Right now, he is sitting in 6th position on my scoring.
Well, we know he's fast. We know he can now afford to come down pit road again, which he's doing. I expect 4 more fresh tires. Load up that fuel again. Get that thing back out there. Yes, it's only been a few laps since they were on pit road last time, Rick, but if he can get some fresh tires now, it may pay dividends at the end of this one.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was a smart move. He's going to have a full fuel tank. He's not going to have to worry about fuel at all. Tires will be fresh. You can get them all warmed up. Big enough track where he doesn't have to worry about going a lap down. Service on the 42/9 is done, and Snyder heading back out onto the racing surface.
Yeah, going to restart in 7th spot, so you go from, well, I guess he was in 3rd at that point, but go from 3rd to 7th. But you get 4 new tires.
Yeah, well, we know that he's done it before, Chris, because he's only down 1 position since the green flag dropped there. He started here in 6th, and might actually, it looks like he might actually reach in 6th. So
yeah,
we know he can get
came
up front. Yeah, it looks like Chris Gilbert and Reggie Packard in pit road.
So this restart going to have some potential implications here, Rick. We've got Bobby Maiden going to be restarting on the inside, and behind him in 3rd, Adam Montioka. And let's recall way back before this race started, before even qualifying, he was talking about not really being able to find the speed. Well, let's see if he can wheel it up just a little bit here and find that speed here tonight.
I know he's got 2 strong drivers there ahead of him, Chris. So I think he's going to be able to find that line that they're racing, maybe try that out. And sometimes it's not speed that wins; it's just being at the right place at the right time. And right now, this is not a bad place to be.
Lights on the pace truck are off or broken, one or the other.
I know. Those would be the Ford parts that you put on.
No, man, they're lights. So they're directly hooked up to the Chevy wiring. But it's okay. It's all right. It's good. It's all good, buddy. Bobby Maiden up front. Jordan Tansel's going to be starting to his outside. Adam Montioka inside row number 2. There's Luke in the 33 Tide Ride to his outside. Waiting for that green flag. Green flag is out one more time here tonight. .30 laps to go. Jordan Tensel looking to try and take the lead away. Bobby Maiden trying to fight back on the inside. How many times have we seen this tonight, Rick?
Not too many, but right now, I mean, Hansel has the lead, but Maiden's right there. See what happens when they come across the line.
Jordan Tansel took it, and he took it by the smallest of margins. Three 100ths of a second at the line. Jordan Tansel had a lead, and now Bobby Maiden trying to fight back on the inside. Check in on Nick Snyder, already up to 4th position. But he's trying to roll that Napa car around here. Ooh, the 11 with a little bit of a wiggle. Have not seen that many times tonight's race. Jordan Tansel takes the lead. My goodness, what a move.
He moves down just a little bit, Chris. That's going to totally mess up Maiden.
Jordan Tansel wants to win the battle. More importantly, Bobby Maiden wants to win the war. Maiden sitting in 2nd spot, has to be careful. 3rd spot now belongs to Nick Snyder. Snyder cuts through all of the traffic, just one more spot to try and win a championship here. He has to get in front of Bobby Maiden, and Rick, time is starting to run out.
It is.
Working lap number 96 of 122. I'm certain there's math there, but I'm not doing it. All right, 25 laps. All right, I did it.
I was looking for my calculator.
Nick Snyder trying to chase down the top 2. Really only cares if he catches the 2nd place runner of Bobby Maiden. Maiden, though, he knows the best way to win the championship is to win tonight's race. Look, and he is going down to the inside. Tansel gave him the inside, and Maiden trying to take advantage, couldn't do it. Jordan Tansel holds on.
That's one thing that these drivers have to remember, Chris. You don't actually have to win the race to get the championship. You just got to be the highest finisher. So right now, Maiden.
Oh, Jordan Tansel gets tight.
Oh.
May have been a little snap loose there as he went up towards the wall and finds himself going from 1st to 3rd just like that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say. You know, if Tansel keeps racing hard, I mean, Maiden, he got his line down. He's got it figured out, Pat, Chris, and he was just running it and, you know, trying to keep Tansel from guessing. And Tansel just burned up his stuff, and now Maiden, boom, but here comes Snyder. We can't count out that number 9. Last 42.
23 laps to go. Bobby Maiden gave up the lead for just a little bit, got it back when Jordan Tensel snapped loose. And now Nick Snyder's trying to get to the back bumper, Rick, earlier on in the race through 1 and 2. Nick Snyder was quicker. So we're going to see if that continues on here on these slightly fresher tires. Across the start finish line heading into 1 and 2. Let's see if Snyder can make up any ground here. Oh, pretty darn even through that corner. Coming off though, Maiden found some speed. Let's see if Snyder has something for him here. And he does not. The timing scoring going the wrong way for Nick Snyder as it is, the gap is growing, Rick. 20 to go.
Yeah, that time by Maiden was a little bit faster than Snyder, Chris, and I've been kind of keeping my eye on the last lap speeds, and I don't know. I mean, Snyder does have what, 7 lap newer tires compared to what Maiden has, but I don't know if that's enough.
Well, he has newer tires, but how much has he had to abuse them to get back to second spot? We just saw him get loose a little bit, and when he did, he lost about 0.3 of a second. $19 to go, and FedEx looking for a championship here. They were denied in the real world, but maybe here at virtual ISM, they're able to pick one up with their driver, Bobby Maiden. Seven tenths of a second at the line. Snyder has got to try reeling him in. He's got to try something different, Rick, because what he's doing right now isn't working.
I'm in the cockpit right now with Maiden, Chris, and he is just being so smooth. Oh, so smooth.
All right, you do that. I'll go in the cockpit of Nick Snyder. On board with our second place runner. Heading into turn 1. Ooh, the 11 kicks the rear end out a little bit. Snyder for sure saw that. And that little bit of mistake costing Maiden about 1/10 of a second. $15 laps to go, 15 miles around this circuit. Gap closes just a little bit more. It's down to 1/2 a second, Rick, 0.2 of a second over the last 4 laps. Snyder's been able to make up 14 laps to go. But having to correct himself, and that gives Maiden a chance to say goodbye again. You can almost hear the post-race interview already. If I could have just fill in the blank. And that would work for either driver. We're not sure yet who the champion is going to be. Both drivers right now, they're experiencing some conditions that's snapping their cars loose, and they're having to correct it at different points on the track, Rick. And that's the interesting thing here. It is happening in different parts of the track, so it's definitely how they're driving the car and maybe not necessarily the car itself.
Right. I just checked again, just really quick, Chris. That track temperature has actually fallen to 84 degrees, so a little cooler than what these guys are used to. Seems like the grip, I mean, the tires, even though those guys came down lap 81, lap 88.
Nine tire takes a big wide swing on that last corner. I think he's trying to apex the corner a little bit, build up some speed. We're going to find out if that works for him here soon. Looks like he may have lost a few 1/100ths of a second that lap. Last lap by, Bobby Maiden just a little bit quicker across the start finish line than Nick Snyder, a 28.27 versus a 28.35. Really have to let that thing roll through the corner. Ooh, last time Bobby Maiden a 28.44. Nick Snyder in second spot a 28.31. Much quicker than Maiden that time.
Here we go. Snyder starting to catch up to the back bumper now, Chris. Think he was holding back a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Rick. It's 0.3 of a second now, and it's closing in on turn one just a little bit. 4/100ths, 5/100ths of a second. With 8 laps to go, again, it gets down to kind of easy to catch somebody. Passing them, especially at this track, very tough.
Yes.
We apologize right now if you tuned in to see some of the other drivers right now. 7 laps to go. Top 2 are shooting it out for a championship. We leave our focus here. Three drivers not going to finish this race: Michael Wilcox, Eric Shearer, and Marcus Ulmer. Ulmer retired at about lap 19. Shearer at about lap 80. Wilcox at about lap 84. Well, Snyder did catch the back bumper, but it looks like Bobby Maiden has put the foot down. The hammer on the Toyota is definitely rolling. And Bobby Maiden starting to open up that gap once again, Rick, up to 0.6 of a second.
Yeah, and of course, last time by, Chris, that flag man holding out one outstretched hand, indicating 5 laps left to go. So maybe Maiden was just trying to take it easy on the car for a little bit.
Oh,
maybe let
boy.
Snyder.
Nick Snyder sliding all over the place. Nick Snyder, the rear end, is going away. Those back tires unhappy. And that slides Bobby Maiden up almost to a 1 second lead here. 4 laps to go around ISM. Oh, Snyder was trying everything he had, and the rear end wanted to come out from underneath him. He did a great job just holding on to it. But boy, did he lose a chunk of time. 3 laps to go now for Bobby Maiden. Maiden looking to win the battle and the war here tonight, looking to become this season's champion.
He's had a heck of a race, Chris. I mean, he led a majority of the laps here. He was definitely ready for tonight.
You could probably count on one hand how many laps he didn't lead, but this time up, popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go, 2 miles for Bobby Maiden. Maiden trying to get to the start finish line to see that outstretched white flag flying in the air. And it is going to be 1 lap to go this time by final lap, less than a mile to go for Bobby Maiden as he drives it through turns 1 and 2.
I'm going to try to keep my eye on Snyder also, Chris. I mean, car definitely loose, not happy. Them tires definitely gone away.
Over 2 seconds back now. It's really up to Maiden not to make a mistake. And the checkered flag starts waving in the air across the start finish line. Is going to be our champion and race winner, Bobby Maiden. Nick Snyder crosses the line in second spot. Luke in the 33, the Tide Ride. Ooh, it just changed. No, okay, and we're going to leave it with Luke, I think. Looks like clarification. It is Montioka coming home in third spot. So top 3 drivers belonging to Chase Drivers. The one that was fastest of them all, Bobby Maiden here tonight, going to be your race winner. This should be an incredible celebration. My goodness.
You know, we talked to Maiden too, Chris, and I just heard him, guys are congratulating him over the driver's radio, and he sounds tired.
I bet he does. Pretty impressive smoke show out of the number 11. We're going to step away for just about 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. When we get back, going to try and hit these guys for some post-race interviews. We will be right back. Back live here as we just finished out championship night, and looks like we have just a couple of drivers here to talk to, unfortunately. And Rick, it looks like you may have caught up with Adam Montioka.
Adam, you got Rick and Chris up here in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a hard-fought race. Congratulations on coming in third.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's a tough day here at Phoenix. Loose.
You were worried about finding the speed, but coming home third, not too shabby.
Yeah, we found a little bit there on the long runs. I was definitely better in long runs. I just couldn't keep up with Bobby. Congrats to Bobby. He was a monster these last 4 races, and he deserves it.
Looking at the, it looks like every round that you guys had, he had, had at least 1 win. So finishing out here, I mean, it was a great race. So you did a good job, man. Anybody in that 74 you'd like to thank?
No, I would just like to thank Gunr4Sr for putting on such a great league and having us out every week, and just a great group of fellas to have good, clean races with. And thank y'all for broadcasting tonight.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Enjoy your 3rd place finish.
Thank you.
And that is going to leave us with just one more guy to talk to. He is going to be our race winner. He is going to be our champion. His name is Bobby Maiden. Bobby, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Loud clear.
Oh, yes, sir. Bobby, I hate to ask you this, but if you could please turn down the stream for me. You're echoing through. I want to make sure people can hear you.
All right, hold a second. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Okay.
All right. So, we still got a little bit of an echo, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. Bobby, you came in tonight, one of 4 drivers. The best chance you had is to win the race, and that is exactly what you did here tonight. Why don't you take me through it?
Yeah. I mean, we fired off pretty good. I had a little tight end loose off on the handling situation. Just had to adjust my driving ability a little bit. Everything was going pretty good, and I knew things would change a little bit when the track rubbered up. And kind of got a little tight, but got a little slick still. And I know Nick's really good with that kind of stuff, racing dirt in real life and everything. I thought, he was going to have a chance at the end. He has a little bit fresher tires, and I just had to make no mistakes, be clean, and I knew it would pay off in the end.
Oh, payoff it did, man, because I'll tell you, I think I can count on one hand the number of laps you didn't lead here tonight, and that has got to feel good. What a way to finish up a season.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You always want to go out with a bang at the end of the season. Actually, I had a little bit of doubt. Like, I was optimistic about this race. I knew we would do good. I didn't expect to exceed what I did tonight, so I'll definitely take it.
Well, you were able to do something that the real-world driver of that car wasn't able to do. You picked up a championship. Who do you have that you need to thank for this season and for this race?
Just my family. My wife will let me take some time out and have fun with the boys, every week.
That is awesome, man. Congratulations once again. I know it's a hard-fought thing, but the season is over. Take a break, relax, and come back and do it again next year.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. Bobby Maiden, our race winner and champion here at Gunr4Sr. Rick, another fantastic race here at ISM. This track might be starting to grow on me.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not one of your favorites, but it is a fun time. These guys had a heck of a job here tonight, and I want to once again, say congratulations to Bobby Maiden, and I want to give a huge shout out to this season's sponsor, Red Button Box. Make sure to head on over. I did put it down in the chat here on YouTube on the Turn 3 Racing Network chat channel, but make sure to give them a like and follow on Facebook, Red Button Box.
And with that, Rick and we are done for the evening. Congratulations once again to our top 4 drivers coming into tonight, battling it out for a championship. Bobby Maiden, Nick Snyder, Adam Montiocco. Your top 3, unfortunately, Eric Shear not having the night he wanted as he finishes here in 10th position. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all once again for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will see you again next time.